Facebook. Now we are with the families who have pledged to support the Vassa and the Katina this year. And we are trying to set a good example, keeping us all in masks and with a little distance between us and you. But you can be together because you're your own family. The next part of the ceremony is related to giving the 5 precepts in English. This morning we gave 5 precepts in Pali and Spanish. Now we'll do it in English. We know that the commitment to the precepts is a source of happiness and a foundation for a clear conscience and tranquil meditation leading to wisdom. So it's impossible to wake up without having a mature sila. So therefore, when we renew our commitment to the 5 precepts, then we purify the mind and we bring a joy and a stability to the mind. Now we're going to go ahead and invite Srisakul Kliks, our president of our board, to speak with us. Go ahead.
Hello, greeting. This is Srisakul Kliks or Srisakul Kliks, per my original Thai name. On behalf of the Dhammadharini Support Foundation, I wholeheartedly welcome you to join us, Dhammadharini community, in this event of the Vassa. It's a day that commemorates marks the day of entering for the period of 3 months, focus, practicing by the monastic in one place. So I welcome all the participants today, our regular participants, and especially new participants, new attendants who are able to join us by Zoom today. Welcome. Particular gratitude and welcome to the Jayakody family and the Rathnayake family, who are our hosts for today's ceremony, as well as the host and support for the monastics for the entire period, 3 months during the Vassa. Recollecting today, the day of the entering of the Vassa by the monastic, who will be focusing their practice and recollection of the Buddha Dhamma in an intense period in one place. But I think that this particular practice is also applicable to all of us now, so that we can lean on the wisdom and the strength of our practice in Buddha Dhamma to support us during this time of changes, of unexpected challenges, and we don't know how long. In this way, we wholeheartedly reflect in this sense of enhancing our practice to accommodate the challenge to come during this COVID mitigation. During this time, of course, we all have changed. Like today, we are meeting via Zoom. We remain connected. However, we still need to adjust, our infrastructure and the way that we interact with one another to meet the time. In so doing, Dhammadharini has also adjusted and modified our infrastructure, the way that we can connect and interact with one another in the community in a socially distancing way. In so doing, the support foundation is readjusting in the way that we modify the infrastructure to accommodate this change, and the way that the monastics can support the sangha to all of us and all of you. In so doing, we still need to give that support to the monastics, and for us to be able to accommodate these changes. So I welcome you to continue to join us, even in long distance, in the way that we can support the monastic communities as we have always been. In so doing, I'd like to invite my fellow directors, Annaneia and Director of Facility Management, and our Treasurer by video, Chanaka, as well as our Emeritus Board of the Board of Directors, and now currently the Ambassador for Dhammadharini, Shirley Kwok, to join me in sharing their aspect in how they choose to support and Dhammadharini and the community during this time. Please, Annaneia, I invite you to join us.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, or morning, wherever you happen to be in the world. So I'm just going to spend just a few minutes. We're fortunate to have, actually, Susie Kliks is a retired head of the Department of Epidemiology at UC Berkeley, and a virologist. So her help has been phenomenal in making sure that we have, and I myself am a retired RN. So we're fortunate to have very early on taken the necessary precautions per the Center for Disease Control guidelines and our backgrounds. And so, and as you know, the COVID-19 problem is unfolding. So we've had to adjust even just recently, because as everyone who's in California knows, the state was prepared to loosen some of the restrictions, and unfortunately cases have gone back up, and we've had to back off from that. So so internally, the Bhikkhunis and monastics are all following those guidelines, very strict sanitation practices, both at the monastery in Pen Grove and at the Awakening Forest Monastery at Jenner. And we are still in progress as the guidelines from the state and change, that we might be able to loosen some of the restrictions. We are formulating the plan that might allow at least 1 or 2 visitors at a time to come. As you know, usually during the Vassa, we have quite a few visiting retreatants and monastics who come for that 3-month period, or parts of the 3-month period. And of course, we can't do that. So, however, as happens in our land of samsara, when we have difficulties and we have challenges, we also have some opportunities. So while everyone misses being able to see each other in person and meditate together and have the teachings in person, the Bhikkhunis cannot travel, so they have not been able to do their normal teaching schedules, as everyone else is being affected by this. So the opportunity is to do what we're doing today, which is Zoom. So so now it's possible to join in the meditation on Sunday mornings and the Sutta study on Sunday afternoon and Tuesday night meditation, as well as these ongoing offerings for meditation days and special events. You can tune in by Zoom, whereas a lot of people wouldn't have been able to do this or can't do it because of the travel. So that's the opportunity. YouTube is also there, and teachings are being uploaded. Our website is in process of being redesigned, and it is functional, and you can also access teachings there. Those are being added on an ongoing basis. So basically, the biggest thing is that not having the usual amount of visitors who come, you know, assisting with, especially retreatants coming during the Vassa, there's additional help for cooking chores and cleaning and helping to take care of the monastery and Aranya Bodhi, and also people doing errands. And so that's been more difficult, although I want to personally thank all the supporters who showed up immediately, especially in the beginning of the COVID lockdown when really we weren't going anywhere. And local people near Dhammadharini came and gave us groceries as well as prepared meals. So we can't thank you enough, supporters, for all that you do to keep the monastics, their ability and our ability to provide the four requisites. Anyway, I think that's about it. We're very happy to be able to do this today, and happy that we're the Zoom offerings and live streaming. We're also getting better at this. There's always a few technical glitches. Today in particular, because we were doing it outside as opposed to inside the monastery. That's just an added level. So I invite you to continue to check out the offerings for teachings and day-longs, etc. during this time, and offering support during the Vassa for the monastics, and for the support families who are offering the dana for the entire 3 months. We are very much appreciate it and are very happy that you're able to be at Dhammadharini in Pengrove, the monastery in Pengrove, in person today.
I'm bringing it up.
Welcome everyone. This is Chanaka, your treasurer for Dhammadharini Support Foundation, joining from Sacramento, California. I'd like to welcome everyone today to the Asalha program and hope everyone is getting a chance to learn and practice Dharma. If you are new to Dhammadharini, I can personally say it's a special place, and I'm grateful to have such a place close by to Sacramento, and also it's close to Sacramento, San Francisco. So I just want to reiterate that please enjoy the program. As we all know, or as we all aware today, these are challenging times for many of us on many fronts. And let's use the Dharma teachings to create some space and peace in our hearts. At Dhammadharini, we have actually installed many protocols, actually best practices to minimize the risk of COVID. And at the same time, we have evaluated our financial needs and have taken the necessary steps to be frugal in our ways at the moment and spend resources only as necessary. The Support Foundation has had several meetings on various topics related to financial situation and operating conditions of the monastery. And I'm pleased to say that we are on solid foundation, and this foundation has been built over many, many years and is still solid and standing. But we have to be careful and mindful of the decisions we make so we can continue to be strong. With that said, we still need to continue to support the basic needs of the Bhikkhunis, the Anagarikas, and the monastery. And when I talk about the basic needs, they are essentially food, medicine, and lodging and shelter. And our biggest, at the monastery, the biggest expense is the shelter or the lodging, because we still have a mortgage at the Pengrove Monastery, and we still have to pay that. The last thing I want to say is I'd like to express my deepest gratitude to everyone attending today, whether you've been a long-time attendee or whether you're new to the Dhammadharini program. And let's support the community and the Bhikkhunis in the best way we can and within our means. And having said that, I'd like to end with saying peaceful blessings to everyone. Please enjoy the program. We hope to see you at our next gathering and experience the Dharma and meditation. my own experience, Dharma and meditation does take a little time to actually take root. So please be patient and try to absorb it and enjoy the program again. Thank you, everyone.
Now we have Shirley Kwok.
Hello, greetings everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yes, I'm really delighted so many people are joining us today through Zoom, YouTube, FaceTime, and I'm especially happy to learn that many are new to Dhammadharini. A big welcome to all of you. Don't forget, you are one of the inspiration for Dhammadharini, and I hope Dhammadharini will be an inspiration for you. For the next few minutes, I'd like to share with you what inspires me to support Dhammadharini. So this is one of my favorite subjects, and I can just go on and on, but I'm sure you'll rather listen to Bhikkhu Bodhi, so I'm gonna make it short. I met Ayya Tathaloka in 2005 in the first monastery by the railway track in Fremont. The Bhikkhunis in Dhammadharini have supported me spiritually throughout my ups and downs all these years. I remember about 10 years ago when my father and brother passed away within 1.5 years. I was quite new to meditation and I couldn't concentrate because my grief during meditation. So my lay teacher and also Ayya Tathaloka suggested me that I should practice loving kindness. So, and I was having trouble sending loving kindness to myself. I went to Dhammadharini at that time, only Ayya Suvijayana was there. And I told her that I couldn't feel anything when I tried to send loving kindness to myself. And she told me that I have to keep on practicing so I myself would be totally filled with loving kindness and it would be automatically spilled out to all others. It was so beautifully said that, you know, it inspired me to practice much more deeper, and I will remember this, you know, for a long time, and I still remember it. So recently I joined a weekend virtual retreat led by Ayya Sobhana, and the theme of the retreat is bright meditation, and these 2 days were absolutely 2 bright days for me in these challenging times. It helped me to realize and experience the true meaning of taking refuge in Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. To be in a safe and secure and free dwelling. Buddha has said that the best gift is the gift of Dhamma. And the gift of Dhamma is offered to you totally free by the generosity and the goodness from the heart. In the Theravada tradition, the monastics are totally supported by the lay community for their physical needs. So if you are inspired by the Bhikkhunis, please express your support in whatever way you feel comfortable with. You can support both your time and financially support. To support financially, it can be easily done via Dhammadharini website. It's called dhammadharini.net. In the menu, just go to support. It will show you all the current projects, a list of the general requisites. Then you can make a donation via PayPal Please note, you don't have to have an account in PayPal. You can donate through your credit card or through your PayPal account. I also like to mention to you that this is a new website and we haven't been able to link with Network for Good yet. If you click Network for Good, you will be led to PayPal again. And I just want to make sure that you know it's not an error. You can also send a check to the monastery in Pangrove, and the address is in the contact section in the website. So I also want to share that we also have information for Alliance of Bhikkhuni on the support section of the website. And that's because we also support Bhikkhunis all over the world. So I encourage you to check it out. So if you are, inspired to support other Bhikkhunis, that's where you can do it. I think that's all I have for now. So thank you very much for your time. And thank you very much for sharing this moment with me. And I want to thank the families that's supporting the Vassa this year. And I want to thank the board of directors for their continuous efforts in their leadership, especially during this challenging time. So thank you.
I'm going to, this completes the presentations from our current and emeritus board members. I want to also play two brief invitation recordings from the families that are the donors and supporters of this Vassa and this Katina.
Hello everyone, my name is Jayakody. This is my wife Sarangi, my daughter Kavini, and the newest member of our family, my son Dehan. We are so blessed to have the opportunity to sponsor the Katina ceremony at Dhammadharini Monastery this year. As you may know, Katina is a traditional ceremony undertaken at the end of Vassa period. This year, it is going to be on October 17th. And in that ceremony, we offer a special robe called Katina Chivar to the monastic sangha. The Vassa period is a 3 months long annual retreat observed by Theravada practitioners during the wet season, and this usually begins in July. According to the early records, monks did not stay in one place for long periods of time. They traveled distances from place to place, teaching and preaching the Dhamma and meditating. As stated in scriptures, the Buddha instructed the monks to go forth for the good of the many, for the happiness of the many, for the welfare, benefit, and happiness of gods and men. And as time passed, the Buddha was made aware of the difficulties that monks faced when traveling during the rainy season, which usually lasted for 3 months. As a result, the Buddha established the practice of Vassa, or a retreat during these months of rain when monks would be resided in a single monastery. Although the origin of Vassa is related to the rainy season, the Buddha's intention of recommending this practice had higher intentions and objectives. The Buddha transformed this rainy retreat to a period of intensive practice of the Dhamma. Monks were advised to limit their traveling and spend more time dedicated to spiritual practice and sharing of the Dhamma with lay people. Lay followers are also advised to closely associate with monks and spend their lives committed to spiritual practice. By saying that, we as a family, together with our friend Dunilka, have pledged to offer Katina upon the Bhikkhunis' successful completion of the Vassa in October. Officially, the Vassa starts with the ceremony of invitation to Vassa, to Bhikkhunis, and throughout the Vassa period. We are devoted to fulfill the necessities like food, clothing, lodging, and medicine of Bhikkhuni Sangha. Katina is the most significant merit-making ceremony performed by Buddhist communities, and as it gives the opportunity to practice and understand the concepts of Dhamma. Therefore, we would like to invite all of you around the world to join with us, supporting Dhammadharini Bhikkhunis community during this period of Vassa and practicing Buddha's teaching by overcoming greed, hatred, and delusion. Theruvan Saranai.
Hello everyone, my name is Jayakody and Rathnayake, and I'm blessed to take part in this year's Katina at the Bhikkhuni Monastery along with Chanaka and Tharangi family. We will be there on 4th of July for the Vassa Aradhana, or the rainy to enter the rainy retreat for all the Bhikkhunis. It is a formal way of inviting all the Bhikkhunis to attend, then by providing robes, food, accommodation, and medication. And as host, myself, Tharangi, and Chanaka promise and invite all the Bhikkhunis to enter the rainy retreat without any hesitation for the 3 months. And the main reason that I would like to take part in this Katina ceremony is because we believe as Buddhists we accumulate a lot of positive energy by doing so. And also there are 8 major meritorious actions that can produce enormous amount of positive energy. And we believe Katina ceremony is the highest among them. And also I like to help and participate in the Katina ceremony, not only because of the positive energy, I also can help all the Bhikkhunis to develop Sila, Samadhi, and Prajna. So, and fulfill all the 10 paramis. So that is the reason that we all will be taking part in this as Katina ceremony. And the ceremony will be happening on 17th October 2020. And we will invite all of you all to take part and participate in this ceremony with us and accumulate a lot of positive energy. Thank you.
Now, dear friends, we shall come to a very short part of this day, maybe only 10% of this whole day, but it is the most important part of all. Now the sponsoring families are going to give the actual invitation and welcoming the Bhikkhunis to stay here and practice for 3 months. What they are doing is exactly what was instructed by the Buddha. Sadhu, 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 sadhu. Some of these robes will be going to the 2 Bhikkhunis as saying at the Aranyi Bodhi Hermitage. I think they're already listening to the Zoom, so they also will hear your invitation.
Asmin vihare bhikkhuni sangassa imang tema samvassam upetum aradhanam karomi dutiyampi tatiyampi memma viharehi metema suratu වස්කලබීමට Venerable ladies of Bhikkhuni Sangha, and the Buddha's fourfold Mahasangha. Today on this 2020 Asalha Puja Koi Day, which also known as Dhamma Day, as the Vassa season begins, we Jayakody family and the Rathnayake family, together with the Dhammadharini Support Foundation and Friends of Dhammadharini, want to respectfully invite the venerable members of the Mahasangha present to accept our Aradhana, our invitation for the 3 months of rain retreat, the Vassa at our Dhammadharini Sonoma County, known as Dhammadharini Monastery, and Dhammadharini Buddhist, Awakening Forest Heritage. We will take care of you and see to all of your needs during this time. May you practice consummately and fulfill the Buddha's teaching during this time. And may you, out of compassion, guide and direct us in the Dhamma and its practice, for our long-term benefit and the happiness it gives us. May our right efforts and these fortunate conditions be fruitful for our progress in the Buddha's way of awakening, and for the realization of the most excellent happiness of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
I'm going to offer a very brief Anumodana Kata. As we said before, there is a mutual inspiration. I know that you get happiness, peace of mind, and strength when you offer your support and friendship to the Sangha. So this is a merit for you. It's for your welfare, for your physical health, for your mental health, and for your spiritual health. And you got these benefits when you first thought about offering the Vassa. And then when you did all of the planning and preparations, you also felt so much joy and happiness. And so that was another gain for you. And then now here, where you actually make some offerings, that's another gain from you. And in the future, for many years to come, you may remember what happened in 2020. That was the year that you made this offering to the Bhikkhuni Sangha. And it will be a benefit and a gain for you to have those clear, tranquil, and happy memories of the virtuous and generous things that you have done in this life, what you're doing now, and all of the generous and good things that you do. This is the foundation for your practice. With this practice, it supports being able to meditate well. A person who's narrow-minded, greedy, or selfish, or a person who doesn't have good sila, that person not really able to practice meditation. Oh, thank you. And if they don't practice meditation, their wisdom is not going to go very deep. But with this foundation, you have the opportunity to develop meditation and develop wisdom, finally develop the insight that gets you out of this merry-go-round of samsara. Now, what do we have to give? I'm only a monastic. I don't have any money. I don't have things to give. I can't give you silver. I can't give you gold. I can't give you anything except I can give you Dhamma, right? And so I'm going to give you a Dhamma lesson in 3 lines, and you can take it away. This is from a verse in the Iddhivutaka. There's 3 dangers that happen. Depending on which danger is bothering you, you may decide which kind of meditation will help you the most. The one danger is called sensual desire. And we know, like today, because of the virus, a lot of people get carried away on the computer watching shows and playing games, right? That's a kind of sensual desire. I think some people may be drinking or using drugs or something. That's a kind of sensual desire. So even though we're locked in our house, still we have this danger. If this is your problem, then you should practice the Asubha meditation and study the 32 parts of the body and think, you know, here's this head hair, you know, it's black or white or gray, and it's sitting on top of the head. And mine is like a very short little pin, and it's sitting in a small pocket of grease. And so I just look at it realistically, just what it is, and go through the whole body, the skin, you know, you think so beautiful and all that, and then all the way down to the contents of the stomach and to the you know, feces that's waiting to come out. Just be realistic. Do that. That is what is a practice to help you develop spiritual urgency and get away from sensual desire. Okay, so what's the next danger? We feel so irritated. We feel so angry. We feel so temperamental. People are always quarreling. If you turn on the TV or turn on your computer, what do you hear except quarrels and fighting? And then I know if you take a wrong step, it's a danger, like somebody's going to shout at you. And that makes everybody gets very uptight and very tense like that. So if the mind is irritated and you find your mind is distracted and you talk to yourself with these irritating thoughts, the Buddha says, go to the tranquil meditation on the breath and do the breath meditation. So if your mind is like that, irritated, upset, annoyed, so you need to do more time. Do this breath meditation, do this anapanasati. You've heard of these meditations, but you got to get the right medicine for the right sickness, depending on what you have. And then the third one, this is a very big problem today. Are you feeling stupid? Do you feel so bored, so sleepy, so dull? It's like because we don't have our regular activities are cut off from us and we're just sitting in the house, people fall into being like depressed and dull. And even our whole society, it's almost like you think we're not thinking straight anymore. That's again, if you look on the computer, a lot of confusion, how much confusion is going on. So for that, the Buddha said, contemplate impermanence. Okay, so you know this meditation, whatever kind of you're doing on the sensation in the body or on the breath or whatever, you notice everything that you experience that arises, there it is, it's there for a few moments, and then it's finished. And then so you just keep watching it and watch it, impermanence. So these are the three roots that are keeping us trapped in samsara, is sensual desire, hatred, and ignorance. And the Buddha gave three very strong basic meditations for these three roots. So you learn how to do each one. And depending on, you know yourself, what is your main bad habit? If you know what your bad habit is, then you can think what kind of meditation is going to be the best, most effective medicine to balance your mind and to bring your mind back to where it should be. So no, that's a very wonderful Dhamma lesson. I was so happy when I read this verse because it's so practical. You know, the Buddha was so helpful in giving the suggestions that we can really use to improve our mental health, to improve our spiritual health, and to balance the mind so that we can both have a happy life now, have a happy future, and have a chance to develop wisdom in the future.
Greetings, my dear Venerable Bhikkhunis, fellow monastics at Dhammadharini Monastery, and those who are joining from Aloka Vihara and other locations, and also to all of our Dhammadharini Support Foundation officers and directors, Dhammadharini leadership, past and present, all present, those who are present, all Dhamma friends who have gathered here together, and especially greetings to Tarangi and Manuka and Dunilka and Kavini and to the little baby. So because of this coronavirus pandemic, I think I would have been able to see the little baby already down in Fremont when going there to teach already several times. But I haven't had the chance yet. Maybe I have to wait until Katina. I hope by the end of the Vassa that we'll be able to get together for the Katina. I sincerely hope. Everyone, I'm greeting you from our Aranya Bodhi Awakening Forest Hermitage on the Sonoma Coast. This land is also known as the land of the Kashya or Kasaya. I learned this recently. That's the name of the Native American people who used to live plentifully on the coast, right here in this land where our hermitage is now. It's pronounced Kashya or Kasaya, Kashaya. And coincidentally, today we're celebrating the lunar anniversary, full moon anniversary of the Buddha's first teaching, setting into motion the wheel of the Dhamma in the country of Kashya, India, the capital town of Varanasi, outside in the deer park, the garden of the sages, Isipatana. So I felt so joyful to learn that the area that we're in, the traditional name is the same name as the area of the Buddha's first teaching. So I wanted to share that with you. Thank you very much to Ayya Sobhana, Venerable Bhikkhuni Sobhana Terry, and to the monastics and Anagarikas and everyone who's been helping to prepare and is offering something today. Because of coronavirus, we've been staying so quite quietly here in the forest. I haven't gone anywhere except for to the doctor one time since I came here for winter retreat. Well, the doctor one time included also visiting the monastery one time. But besides that, I've just been here continuously. And I have to say, it makes it all the more meaningful to have this sangha gathering today. And I love the Buddha's first teaching, turning the wheel of the Dhamma. When I first heard it, then so much joy arose in my heart, like waves and waves of joy. And then also the sutta goes like that through the different realms of existence and heavenly realms as the word spreads that not only has the Buddha awakened, but the Buddha has begun teaching. And not only has the Buddha begun teaching, but the Buddha is teaching successfully, because Anya Kondanya opened his Dhamma eye, entered the stream, saw and realized the Dhamma, entered the Arahant path irreversibly, and put an end to the gravest of false and wrong views which cause the vast majority of suffering and affliction for all of our humanity, and then our humanity in relationship to all of the other living beings. Not only did Anya Kondanya at that time become a stream enterer, but there were other spiritual beings who I mentioned who were listening to the Buddha's teaching, and according to the Pali texts, then those spiritual beings also were discussing about, wow, what is this Buddha, Tathagata, that's appeared in the world, and this Dhamma. And then they were discussing about the Dhamma. And then there's a lady, her name's Kali, and she's from the Avanti kingdom, from an area called the Osprey Hunt, Kuraragara. So she's called Kali of Kali Kuraragarika, something like this, from Osprey Hunt. And she was pregnant at that time and had come out onto the balcony to take some fresh air when she heard this discussion of the Buddha's first teaching about how dukkha should be understood and how the cause of dukkha should be abandoned. And as she was listening to these spiritual beings tell about what the Buddha was like, strong joy, piti, sukha, and passaddhi arose in her heart. Strong joy, faith, tranquility, and then she began contemplating that Dhamma that she had just heard indirectly. But it was the same full moon night as today. That was the time that the Buddha was teaching, that very time. And she then, with the factors of awakening turning on for her, she was mindful, she was looking into that Dhamma, joy and tranquility arose, then her mind became stable, then she was able to penetrate with view into that Dhamma, and she too then cut off the gravest, most deadly, most afflictive of wrong views that plague our humanity. She plunged into the stream and she became the first of the upasikas and the second person to become a stream enterer in the Buddha's dispensation on this same Asalha Full Moon day and night. So I learned about this story recently and it was so inspiring to me. I wanted to share it with you. Really, if we contemplate the Dhamma and we open up our hearts to the Dhamma can be a tremendous source of joy, tranquility, inspiration. And then as we attend to the Dhamma, then also with our beautiful, joyful, tranquil, happy hearts of inspiration, as we look into the Dhamma, then our ability to penetrate the false views, see clearly, cut off ignorance, and undermine, uproot everything that grows out of ignorance. This possibility is there for us. So I so much enjoyed and appreciated hearing the recording, the words of Manuka and Tarangi together, sitting together with Kavini, and also Dwanilka in your video. My heart is just so touched and warmed by your beautiful and gracious words, your generosity and your kindness, and Anumodhana for being such a beautiful example for our whole community during this time, and leading up our friends, our supporters, our benefactors, our householder practitioners of the Buddha's teaching together during these next 3 months of the Vassa. I want to encourage, I appreciate that you wish to support our development of Sila, Samadhi, and Panya, and of the 10 Paramis. And I wish also for all our whole community, as our Support Foundation President Susie was saying, that we take this opportunity that we have now, that the circumstances have given us, have gifted us, and that we make the very best of this opportunity in this life. I'm going to share a short verse, and then I like to share the news with you. I'm here. You may have seen Anagarika Tavira at my side here. Also, Venerable Bhikkhuni Suvijana is here together with me. It's going to be her 10th Vassa as a Bhikkhuni, which is really a wonderful milestone that we can celebrate at the end of the Vassa at the time of Katina. Also, Anagarika Vimutti is here with me, and also Anagarika Vipassako is here with me. And after I chant this verse, then you're going to have a chance to see a few pictures of Anagarika Vipassako, who cut off his hair and beard not long ago and has donned the white robes, pledging to train in the Anagarika's way for these next 3 months of the Vassa, here with Dhammadharini. Normally, we offer this opportunity to more people, but due to coronavirus, just who has been here faithfully helping and supporting has this chance this time during the Vassa. But if you wish to undertake this at home, like we join via Zoom now, I'm happy to support anyone who would like to undertake the dedicated period of practice together during these 3 months of the Vassa and up till the Katina time. Soon we're going to be hearing the Buddha's teaching, setting into motion the wheel of the Dhamma in English with our international Bhikkhuni sangha for the first time all together. I share this verse. Dhamma piti sukhang seti vipassanena cetasa Ayya pavedite tahame Sata Ramati Pandita. Those who drink of Dhamma joy abide happily, with minds clear, calm, and bright. In the Dhamma made known by the noble ones, wise ones always find delight. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.